Madden football is the home of the Super Bowl, and this historic matchup is brought to you by EA Sports. It's the Bucs and the reigning AFC champs, and it's all up next.
We are pleased, as always, to be bringing you coverage of the National Football League on EA Sports. We count down to kickoff in what should be an epic one here, as it'll be the AFC champion Cleveland Browns taking on the champions from the NFC, the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. They'll start out on the ground. It's Leonard Fournette. And he'll get this up just shy of the 30.
You don't turn your nose up at a gain of 4, do you? They'll take that on first down. Playbook's got to be pretty well open on 2nd and 6.
Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6. Pickett back to throw. And break. The tight end's got it. And they take him down, losing yardage back at the 27. It'll be a loss of a couple on the play, so now 3rd down coming up.
We'll put that one in the win column for the defense. Trying to contain tight ends in the passing game is so difficult nowadays, but they did in a big way there.
An early tough test on the opening drive. This is 3rd and 8. Working out of the gun, it's Pickett. Going for Evans, but that pass is intercepted. Picked off by Greg Newsome. And he takes this one back into the end zone, and the Browns defense has a touchdown. Well, this defense, they've been terrific all year, and they come through with a pick 6 here on the game's biggest stage.
Perfect descriptor there, because we have seen this time and time again. This defense, their ability to take the ball away from teams, they definitely have a nose for the football, and it pays off again on that play.
Extra point by York is up and good. And that makes the score 7-0. So they throw the pick 6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. They trail early on in this Super Bowl as they come up 1st and 10. They begin with a run by Fournette. And he'll get this up just shy of the 30.
Nice chunky yards on 1st down. It really opens up your options for what you want to do on 2nd. You go right back to him and hope he explodes, or sucker the defense in before throwing over the top.
Pickett now to throw off the play fake. It's caught by Mike Evans. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. He was a 1,000-yard receiver during the regular season, and that's his first catch of this Super Bowl, and he picks up the 1st down. Into a sea of defenders and intercepted. Past the 20. And the Browns are going to take possession of the football.
I love plays like that. A defensive lineman holding football. It's like a kid who stole a cookie from the cookie jar, and then he's just fleeing the scene of the crowd.
And all he's doing in his mind, reliving his days when he was young, probably played fullback on his high school team, always wanted to be the tailback carrying the ball, trying his best to lug that bad boy the distance.
Pretty impressive pick there off the screen, and then a nice return.
You know, nowadays, they do more ball drills with the big guys than ever before because they want to take possessions away from the offense.
It'll be a pickup of 8 and a good first step there with 2nd and goal coming up. To throw is Watson. Njoku pulls this one in. He's got it for a Cleveland touchdown. A 1-yard touchdown pass. And the Browns will add to their first quarter lead here in this Super Bowl. Extra point by York is up and good. And it's now 14-0. The Browns kicking team out there now as they'll send this one away. And no return here for White. It'll be a touchback. The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. They trail early on in this Super Bowl as they come up 1st and 10. Meanwhile, Pickett's throw taken in by Miller. Finding space at the 40. Down the left sideline. And he's going to be shoved out, but not before he gets this down to the 20-yard line. A big play there on the catch and run. 55 yards.
Well, partner, that's how you make a long drive suddenly not so long anymore. One big play, and they're already in field goal range with designs on getting more than that.
And the second wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line. Different story this time around. We had that huge gain followed by a sizable loss here.
With his size, he's a tough man to bring down, but they do a nice job there stopping his progress and not allowing him to get back to the line of scrimmage.
So their task a little bit more difficult now. 2nd and 13 that they're walking up on. To Evans on the slant. And he's going to be taken down. Plus, there's a penalty flag in the backfield. They may get 15 more on top of this. So a critical mistake, roughing the passer. Now it's 1st and goal. Fournette is not going to advance very far. He'll be stopped right at the line of scrimmage. It's a loss of a yard there, and it's 2nd down. They'll run it again with Fournette. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. It'll go as a loss of a yard, and it'll set up 3rd down.
That's a play to take note of there for the defense, I think, in the future. If you're going to try and block him, maybe you get a guard to help double-team him and try and steer him out of the play. They should have done it on that snap.
A big one here early in this Super Bowl. It's 3rd and goal. But it's intercepted. They got Pickett for the 3rd time in this game. Picked off by John Johnson. And the Browns are going to take possession of the football.
And that felt like a little extra pressure on that 3rd down attempt, and their mistake cost them points because they're inside the red zone. So you know you've got at least a field goal waiting for you. And in this case, they end up with nothing.
After the interception, here's Watson. And that's going to be caught by Peoples-Jones. And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or two shy of the 10. A very solid gain of 27. From down at the 12, it's 1st and 10. They give the Chubb out of the gun. And he'll get this one down to about the 10-yard line. A minimal gain as we tick down inside of a minute remaining in the opening quarter. You look at this Super Bowl, the 2nd appearance for this head coach. The first one did not go as planned, as we all know. But what do you think he's learned from that first go-around?
He learned how much it hurts to lose, and that's what you hear from coaches so often. They don't remember the wins as much as they remember the losses. You can talk about the media, the scrutiny, the hoopla, but once you've had to shake a head coach's hand and jog off the field and know you have to face the media, face your fans, face your home life, knowing that you've lost the Super Bowl, that hurts big time, and you're going to do everything possible to try and prevent that from happening again.
2nd down, here's Chubb again. He takes us down to about the 12 for a gain of 3. Just not a whole lot of room to operate there on that carry.
No, not at all. They did a really nice job staying in their proper places and not allowing any lanes to open up.
off of play action. It's Watson. He'll buy some time right. And he is going to go down. He will be sacked on the final play of this first quarter. That brings us to the end of one in Super Bowl 58. And the first play will be a field goal try. On the right hash, it's a 43-yard attempt. York able to send this one through, and that will extend their lead even further. Well, they already had the early lead, and they get the interception, Charles, and now they add 3 more with the field goal.
Yeah, they're in control of how this game is playing out so far. You mentioned the early lead. Now they're expanding on it, getting plays on both sides of the ball. A winning recipe if they can keep this up.
The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. As the offense comes out here, Charles, remember they threw the interception last time out, but they were moving the football down the field. Looked like they were going to have a sustained drive that ended in points, but then the pick ensued.
And because of that, there's no way you can call the last drive a success. Yes, there are things to build on because they found some play calls at work. Now, they've got to build another drive and find a way to avoid the turnover that plagued it on the last one.
From the 27, Pickett. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on, third down.
Normally you think the tight end's going to be able to catch the football and handle that contact, but in this case, maybe a little too much target to hit. That one was timed well, incomplete.
So the failure to connect on second down, that leaves him staring up here at a 3rd and 8. Pickett, he'll look to throw it. He'll set up the screen to Fournette. Now the Bucs going to use the first of their timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this second quarter. 4th down, so Jake Camarda is out there. Fair catch called for and made at about the 32-yard line. A 41-yard punt there with no return. And the Browns will take over 1st and 10. The Browns drive about to get started. And they split the uprights last time for 3. They've got the lead. They're not going to play this conservative. They're not hoping for another field goal. They're hoping for a touchdown.
I'm with you on that one. I like where your head is. I like the way you're thinking because you're exactly right. Trying to sit on a lead and play that way, that doesn't work too well for most teams. Run your offense. Run what you do best. Exactly. Put it all the way down and try to increase your lead in a big way. And the best way to do it, touchdowns.
Looking to throw again on second down. Watson. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
Partner, what we're seeing so far is the defense is certainly coordinated. Both levels doing their jobs in tandem. The back helping the front helping the back. The pressure got home on that last play. The person would try and throw through contact and short of the sticks.
And he'll be brought down just shy of the 40.
But things are definitely going right for them here in the first half. Pick it down, any down, even 3rd down, no problem. They get a connection there and pick up a fresh set of downs, continuing to move the ball.
So from Buccaneer territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 41. Again, it's Watson. There's another catch by the running back, Nick Chubb. And all the way in. Touchdown, Cleveland. Nick Chubb, 41 yards. And the Browns continue to look good here in the first half of this Super Bowl. Extra point by York is up and good. And a rout is on here in this first half. The Browns kicking team out there now as they'll send this one away. And no return here for White. It'll be a touchback. The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. And we don't want to call this desperation time, especially in the second quarter, but you're down.
Want to.
No, but let me finish.
Okay, my bad.
You're down 3 scores already. You've done nothing offensively, nothing on the scoreboard. That's not a good combination.
I think you just called it desperation time. I think you did. But let's face it, you mentioned this to me in a break earlier in the game. The energy level hasn't been there right from the start. We've noticed that. They've got to find a way to get on their toes and start punching instead of retreating, to use a boxing analogy.
They'll get only 3 there, so it leaves them with a 3rd and 7 ahead. So 7 yards from the first down here as they come up to the line of scrimmage. Throwing on 3rd down. Here's Pickett. And for the 4th time tonight, it's an interception. Picked off by Greg Newsome. And the Browns are going to take possession of the football. Well, we heard all week that they were going to put the football in the air a lot. The problem is that is now 4 interceptions, Charles, that he has thrown in this first half. How do you treat a situation? What do you say to your quarterback right now?
Boy, that's an interesting question.
And this is caught. Touchdown, Cleveland. Deshaun Watson with his 3rd touchdown pass of this first half. And the Browns are starting to open things up here in this Super Bowl. Extra point by York is up and good. And a rout is on here in this first half. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. So now, Charles, this drive, maybe a touch more important, trying to erase the memory of that interception they had the last time out.
Yeah, and everyone goes through this because even the best of the game, you're going to have games where it just doesn't go right for you, and interceptions result. So, frankly, to me, it's all about how you respond, not just the types of plays that you call, but how you carry yourself, how you show your team that you're still with it, and how you continue to lead.
Pickett's throw on target to Godwin here. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Pickett sets up play action. It's caught inside the 25. Touchdown, Tampa Bay. Chris Godwin, 57 yards. And the Bucs are able to cut into that deficit.
I'm not sure that they have illusions right now of, okay, we're going to score 8 times in a row, we're going to be terrific. But to get 1, that was huge for them. That has to feel much better right now.
And you do have, we're still in the first half. You do have the entire second half. There's something about that goose egg that just looked bad on that board, but now they broke it.
Yeah, broken through. Can they maintain the pace? We'll see as we go along.
The Bucs ready for the kickoff. And here we go. It's in the air. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. The Browns drive about to get started. Well, partner, coaches always say that every play is designed to score a touchdown. Sometimes that's not really true, but last drive, that was the case. One play to get into the end zone, and now they'll try to duplicate that success here.
And it's rare for those moments to happen. Incredible when they do. And you saw the celebration. Pure, unbridled joy after that one.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Now it's Watson. And incomplete on the deep ball.
He's put up numbers in this one by pushing the envelope a bit whenever he could with deeper throws. Well, let's play a little philosophy here. Some plays it works. Sometimes they're ready for you. And that time, they were on guard. Incomplete.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Throwing again is Watson. He's going to drop this one down for Chubb. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work this to the 45. Just what the Browns needed there. Good for a gain of 17. 2 minutes on the clock in the second quarter of this Super Bowl. Watson on first down. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked up by Jamel Dean. And the Buccaneers are going to have the football here at their own 35-yard line. So really the first speed bump that this offense has encountered. They had the rule of the roost here in this first half, but now slowed up just a bit by the interception.
And there's a chance that that's a wake-up call for them because you don't want to go on autopilot too early. That team on defense is capable of making some plays similar to the one they made right there.
Now a nice play defensively on first down as this is knocked away and incomplete. A misconnection there. He's hit on just 50% of his passes thus far. That's not where you want to be.
Now you see the evolution of the game. You go back to the quarterbacks of old, 50% would be terrific because they threw the ball downfield almost every time they threw it. Now with the short passing game, you should be above 60% just to be in the average range.
Airing this one out for Evans. And now here's another interception. Picked up by Greg Newsom. And the Browns are going to have it here as they'll start at their own 24-yard line. And you have to wonder, Charles, a game like this, 5 interceptions, what does this do to the psyche of a young quarterback?
But based on the fact that he's still out there and he threw a 5th interception, I'm wondering if his head coach believes that he's really strong mentally and wants him to play through it. Because otherwise, you need to get him out and fight another day because this could leave lasting damage if he keeps throwing interceptions.
And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete. He shook his head right when he released that throw. He knew it was going to be a little off target.
Yeah, the excitement got him on that one. Wasn't able to control the fact the receiver was open, and it would have been an easy throw.
From the 24, they'll go again on 2nd and 10. From the gun, it's a give to Chubb. And a nice run past the 30-yard line there. Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the first. Watson on 3rd down. Man open, that's Anthony Schwartz. And he is going to have a Browns first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
Let's just call it what it is. This has been a flat-out struggle for this defense all game long. They've really had a hard time slowing them down. And while I'm not big on speeches and guys jumping up and down, they might need their team leader on defense to get in their face right now and light a fire under these guys. They've got to start playing better assignment football and start getting guys on the ground.
Throwing left side, it's complete. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. They get Jack Conklin there, the right tackle. So following the hold, they're in a bit of a hole here with a 1st and 20. A shotgun snap for Watson. And that is taken in by Njoku. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. Give him 30 yards there.
Frankly, I don't know that this defense knows what to do anymore. Just look at their body language out there. The passing game has absolutely been relentless throughout.
So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10. Now Watson. That's complete to Peoples-Jones.
Now the Browns will use the first of their 3 timeouts as they stop it here with just under 40 ticks to go in this first half.
2nd and 8 coming up.
Watson looks to throw again. He's going to fire one deep, middle of the field. And that's going to be caught for a Browns touchdown. Deshaun Watson, 4 touchdown passes now in the ball game.
And the Browns are starting to point on to the game's biggest stage. They are running away with this Super Bowl. Extra point by York is up and good.
And a rout is on here in this first half. The Browns kicking team out there now as they'll send this one away.
And no return here for White. It'll be a touchback.
The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession.
And with the score where it is, even though I think they'd love to get back to the locker room, they may be forced to try and get something out of this drive.
And my goodness, another interception. Monte Nicholson picks it. And he takes this one back into the end zone, and the Browns defense has a touchdown. What a moment for him, a pick 6 in the Super Bowl. You think about some of the big pick 6s over the history of this huge game. I remember, because I was watching with a lot of Colts fans, Tracy Porter picking Peyton Manning to get the Saints' first title.
Yeah, that would pretty much seal the deal for New Orleans as well. But I got to go back a ways because, you know, unfortunately I'm considerably older. Herb Adderley, the Green Bay Packers, got it all started. The first pick 6, Super Bowl II against the Oakland Raiders, and some of the better ones that were out there. You might remember Dwight Smith of the Tampa Bay Buccaneers had 2 in one game when they won their Super Bowl championship against Rich Gannon in Oakland. You mentioned Tracy Porter already. How about James Harrison of the Steelers? You remember that one? 100 yards right before the half ended? That was a big-time play. But for me, the absolute classic, Willie Brown in slow motion against the Vikings for the Raiders. The grand old man, Willie Brown, 75 yards.
You recall them all. What a play here. Another pick 6 in the Super Bowl. First down, Tampa Bay there, a gain of 13. Now a timeout taken. Perhaps a chance for one more quick play and then another timeout if they hurry. We'll see. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38.
Pickett to throw on 1st down.
Airing this one out for Evans. And now here's another interception.
Picked off by Greg Newsome. And he will be brought down on what will be the final play of this first half.
So we've reached halftime here in the Super Bowl as we are off to Orlando now to check in with Jonathan Coachman and our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach? And we welcome you back live now inside the booth alongside Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gordon, set and ready to rock for the 3rd quarter. These two teams sat through a longer than usual 30-minute wait, but we're back in action here in this Super Bowl. This will be brought out from the middle of the end zone. And he'll be brought down shy of the 20, so the decision to bring it out of the end zone, not a good one. The Browns drive about to get started.
And I would imagine this is where you have to take stock of the situation, CD, and say, gosh, we're halfway to the Lombardi Trophy. Let's not slow down now.
And I like the way you went there. Let's not slow down now, because the first half certainly went their way. And I would expect them to continue with that type of a game plan. But you're right. You do think back to Super Bowl 54. 49ers had a double-digit lead in the 4th quarter, couldn't hold on. So plenty can still happen.
On 1st down, it's Watson. This is the tight end, Njoku.
And they'll work this down inside the 30.
Whatever the discussions were at halftime in trying to slow down this offense, it has not worked to this point.
Yeah, I have a vision right now of everything that was discussed at the half just being torn in shreds or being erased off of the Microsoft Surface tablets because none of it is working. They are really locked in on offense.
Calling no gain on the play, and it'll be second down.
Defensively, we always know that he is tough and run supported. I think the way that he gets there is he understands what an offense is going to do before the ball's even snapped. A great job of scouting prior to the game, then reading, reacting, and taking the right path to the ball carrier.
A second down pass play there, but it's incomplete.
His back has been a dependable safety valve all game, so he went back to him when his first read was covered. Just unable to connect, so the play results in no gain.
They come up to the line now facing a 3rd and 10 after the incompletion. Here's Watson. He's going to let it go deep for the end zone. And this is caught. Touchdown, Cleveland. Nick Chubb, his 2nd touchdown of the Super Bowl. And the Browns have got it on cruise control. Extra point by York is up and good. And the lead grows even larger here in the 3rd quarter. The Browns kicking team out there now as they'll send this one away. And no return here for White. It'll be a touchback. The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. And they've sort of lost their way, partner. How do they recalibrate and get this proverbial train back on track?
Well, this is where leadership really comes into play.
And my goodness, another interception. Picked off by Greg Newsom. And the Browns are going to take over here up near the 40. And yes, folks, that is his 5th interception, a new NFL record.
And that's absolutely phenomenal. I just have to flat out applaud him. What a great effort in this game. But let's face it, when you look back at the numbers of guys who had 4 in the past, you'll find the names of some of the greats and some guys who just had a fantastic game.
Give him 10 yards there, and about by the nose of the football, he's going to have a first down. The partner is still in the 3rd quarter, but they've got this one well in hand and still airing it out with gusto and picking up some nice gains.
And even in lopsided games like this, you don't really see starters get lifted or the foot come off the gas before the 4th quarter. No one wants to leave any doubt when they're playing well. They just want to continue the process.
And that is incomplete. Oh, the coverage a little too good there, and it's 2nd down.
Oftentimes when you're losing a game and the team's still throwing with this kind of a lead, you start playing a little more physically. And they took that opportunity right there to be extremely physical and force that incompletion.
On 2nd and 10, Watson. And he comes back with one complete. And they'll get this down to the 42-yard line.
An ex-teammate used to tell me all the time, I hate experienced quarterbacks because no matter what, you really can't hide what you're doing. And I think that right there, he knew right away where the blitz was coming from, where his primary guy was going to be, and he ended up going to a secondary target for a nice game.
I was just going to ask you, that wasn't the primary target. He's so good at that, isn't he?
I think he knew right away that he wasn't going to get to his primary guy. I think he read that as soon as he got to the line of scrimmage, knew where the pressure was going to come from, and said, I know how to beat that, and that's what he did.
Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete.
But he did almost everything right. Excellent coverage, breaks on the football, just unable to haul it in and take it the other way. So he dropped an interception. The key for him now, don't dwell on it. Just move on to the next play.
York able to send this one through, and that will extend their lead even further. Well, the only silver lining on the other sideline, CD, is that they kept him out of the end zone, but still, that's another 3 points added on to this large lead.
Yeah, no shortage of scoring or big plays on defense in this one. And even up by 4 possessions, still finding ways to create opportunities and capitalize with points.
The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. Well, we're still in the 3rd quarter, so there's some time to kind of clean this up and make it look more respectable now. Or win, that's probably gone out the window, Charles. But I don't know. Do you look at this as a time to just improve and maybe start to look towards the future?
I think you have to find something to play for, something to grasp onto until the clock runs out. But, Brandon, we've been around this game a long time. This is an outlier. You don't get many blowouts like this no matter how the game looks on paper going in. This one has turned out to be everyone's worst nightmare realized.
This defense is just flat getting after it. They have not given up much of anything in the run game. Case in point right there.
Back to throw, Pickett. Evans has it left side. And he is going to have a Bucs first down as they're able to get the third down conversion. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Out of the pistol, it's Fournette. And it's been like this all night long. Nowhere to run as they stop him behind the line. They'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
I see a shake of the head as he gets up, and you've got to imagine he's thinking, guys, you got to help me out. He's hoping his team can read his thoughts because he definitely needs some assistance.
Looking at a 2nd and 11 now after the loss. On the draw, this is Fournette. And this Browns defense coming to life. They get him behind the line for a 2nd straight play. That'll wind up as a loss on the play, so now they're staring at a 3rd down and 12.
Well, we saw a lot of negative plays that resulted in plenty of lost yardage in the first half, and that trend is continuing here.
2 running plays, each lose a yard. They'll need to do much better now on 3rd and 12. This is caught by Evans. And they're going to have another first down as he's going to be tackled at the Browns' 45-yard line. 18 yards, a big pickup there on 3rd down. Under a minute to go in this 3rd quarter as they come up 1st and 10. Inside handoff now to Fournette. And he'll power his way forward for about 4 yards there on the first down carry. We're just looking at the scoreboard and where we're at in the 3rd quarter. I don't know that it's going to matter much at this point, CD, but these small runs on the ground, they're not going to get it done.
No, they're not. And right now, the guys stopping the run have been superior in this ball game, giving them no openings, no seams, and now they've got this game well in hand.
A minimal gain there on the 8th play of the drive. We are through 3 quarters of play here from Allegiant Stadium in Super Bowl 58. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports. Already a pair of 3rd down conversions for them on this drive, but right now they need 5 yards on this 3rd down try. Pickett back to throw. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. Jadeveon Clowney able to drop him for a loss of 2, and that will bring up 4th down. He was really focused downfield, but there was really no viable options. The coverage was too good.
And the defense really quickened the tempo of that play with their pass rush because there was nowhere for him to go with the football. The only place he ended up, down on the ground.
Pickett, 4th down, desperation time. Throw left side complete. That's Evans. And he is going to have the Buccaneers first down as they manage to convert, and that'll keep the drive alive. No reason not to try it there, and they do indeed convert on 4th. Fournette, a first down carry. And the reinforcements come in as they're going to stop him behind the line. Call it a full 3 yards in the wrong direction there. Brings up 2nd down. Again, it's Fournette. And they'll work this down to the 15 for a pickup of 4.
That call makes sense because they've been throwing it well on this drive, and once again they show passing formation. Showed them a shotgun, then they ran out of it. That's a nice play by them defensively, though, to hold it to a short gain.
And now here's another interception. picked off by Grant Delpit. And the Browns are going to have it here as they'll start at their own 7. Another great play defensively. They've been sharp on both sides of the ball, Charles, but that interception means that this defense will very well keep them down to single digits on the scoreboard in this game.
And that's certainly something to smile about, isn't it, partner, if you're on defense? Because your goal every game is to pitch a shutout, but you and I both know that's pretty unrealistic. But to hold a team below double figures in a game, in an NFL game, that's certainly something to take pride in.
I know you're trying to wring every yard out of a run, but I think 9 yards there is ideal in this situation.
Yeah, now next couple plays, you only need 1 yard. Keep that clock rolling with a lead here in the 4th.
Yeah, what you're saying is maybe if it takes you 1 or 2 more runs to get the first down, that's extra time, extra plays, really hurts the team on defense.
He winds up giving a yard back there, and now it's 3rd and 2.
Well, I would have figured after the 9-yard run on the previous play, getting 1 more yard wouldn't have been much of a problem. But apparently it was, and now it's 3rd down.
The offense on 3rd down tonight, they've converted 3 out of 5 thus far. This time they face a 3rd and 2. Deshaun Watson, so multi-dimensional, able to scramble for the first.
He's been patient this entire game, waiting for the perfect moment to surprise him with a quarterback keeper. There he catches him off guard and converts his first rush of the game into a first down. Gotta love that efficiency.
He's going to fire one deep over the middle, and that is incomplete. Took a shot there on first down, but he couldn't reel it in.
I think it's pretty evident that any blowout isn't going to be big enough for them. They're already up 7 full touchdowns, and it's still not stopping them from throwing it deep downfield, taking their shots, trying to add more points.
Watson's throw pulled in by Schwartz, and they're able to get this one across the 35. 63 yards receiving for him now, and that last catch good enough for a first down.
When you have someone throwing it that well, that confidently, you don't have to call the game in fear at all, do you? You just go ahead and play.
Yep, confidence with a lead to throw it here in the 4th, and boom, he's on the money.
Yeah, you don't have to tuck your head in and take him look like turtle at this point. You can just go ahead and play.
Well, they're up comfortably here, Charles, but that lead certainly not dissuading them from pressing the envelope late. I mean, if anything, with these passes, it's like they're getting more aggressive to try to drive the ball downfield.
And that will certainly lend itself to some post-game questions for that coach, and maybe you and I should attend that press conference and see what he has to say, because someone's going to ask him why he continued to push it. My guess, he didn't like how some of the snaps were run earlier, and he wanted to use that as a chance to clean things up, but he certainly will have some explaining to do.
58 yards on the ground for him so far.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces, and I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where there'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down the game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. The Browns send out their punter now. Always a good sign when your first punt comes in the 4th quarter. And a nice job here to down this one right on the 5-yard line. They decide against going for it on 4th and 1, maybe to the dismay of their offense, but hey, a nice consolation prize down inside the 5.
Nice consolation prize indeed. So maybe the offense is upset, but they showed confidence in their defense by punting it away.
The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. Where we stand right now in the 4th quarter, this one pretty much out of reach. And Charles, I know they're going to be disappointed about several things through this ball game, but the self-inflicted wounds, they've had several turnovers. You would have to think that's going to be something they're going to discuss heavily in the film session in the coming days.
You're absolutely right about that, partner, because they're going to have to sit in that film room and watch every error that they made and figure out how to not do it in the future. And mentally, I think a lot of the guys are already starting to think about, okay, how do we put this behind us and get better for the next time out? This, they'll use as motivation for the rest of the time that they play to hopefully never be in this type of situation again.
First and 10 at the 24-yard line.
On 1st and 10, it's Pickett. He'll set up the screen to Fournette. And he'll get it up near the 35, right at the 34 here. A good gain on first has him set up with second and just a couple of inches now from the 29. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And my goodness, another interception. Picked up by Denzel Ward. And the Browns come up with a late turnover, but it will probably only matter to the statisticians as this ball game is now officially over. And how about this? The Dogtown gets the crown. The Cleveland Browns are the Super Bowl champs.